Hey everybody, welcome to the next Sessions with Strusz. This is called Reading the Notes. So we're going to work on reading the notes on the staff, both in treble and bass clef. We're going to talk about identifying the different parts of a measure, learning the difference between the line and the space notes. We're going to realize that the treble and the bass clef notes are different. And then we're also going to talk about the different ways and different means that we can have to remember what the notes are, both in the lines and the spaces, using mnemonics. And we'll talk about what those are in a minute. All right, so here we go. Right off the bat, let's talk about what this thing is we're looking at in front of us here. All right, so this weird-looking backwards S thingy here, we call this the treble clef sign. All right, so you know we're talking about treble clef because you see that sign. This is our staff. It's made up of 5 lines and 4 spaces. And the staff is divided into different little units, all right? And we divide them by these wonderful things here called bar lines, all right? A bar line divides the staff up into little sections that we call measures. A measure is from one bar line to the next bar line, all right? It's 1 unit long, 1 measure. Now, going back to this, we talked about the fact that there are lines and space notes. We're going to talk about the space notes right now. There's 4 spaces here. They make a nice word in treble clef, which is really, really functional. The word is face. So in order to remember what the space notes are in treble clef, just remember the word face. All right, now let's go talk about our line notes. If you know the space notes, you know this is an F, you can think about the note that comes before F, and hopefully you can think of the fact that that is in E. All right, and we can go right up the staff and talk about this whole thing. If we know this is F, A, C, E, we can figure out what all of these different ones are, but we can also just use what we call a mnemonic. The one that most people learn first is every good boy does fine, but we got a whole slew of other ones here. All right, any one of these will work for you. You've got Elvis's guitar broke down Friday, every good burger deserves fries, elephant's got big dirty feet, even George Bush drives fast, whatever it is. You want to go funny, you want to go serious, doesn't matter, but just one of those is what you need to use in order to remember what the notes are, the line notes. All right, so keep one of those there so that you can use it. Now we can do the same thing for our bass clef notes. Now the space notes, they're going to start differently. The bottom space is not F. In this case, the bottom space is A. Going right up the staff, you've got A, C, E. All right, that's good so far, but then you get a G. Now, that doesn't make a nice word, so now we're going back to one of those mnemonics that we're going to need to use. So taking the letter, the first letter, and coming up with an alternate word that's going to help remind you. All right, so we've got a couple of them that typically are used here. You've got all cars eat gas, all cows eat grass, and alley cats eat garbage. Any one of those will work for you. You just have to choose one, again, that will work for you and stick in your head. Now, if we know those, we can also work on our line notes. The bottom space, we said, was A. Now, our musical language, you've got to remember how it goes. You start with A, but you don't keep going through the entire alphabet. You go from A to G, and then you start over again. So remember, if this is an A right here, the note that comes before A has to be G. All right, and then again, right up the staff with the different letters. But now let's talk about some of the mnemonics we can use to remember all of these. All right, you can see them all there. My personal favorite, bar none, is go buy donuts for all, because who doesn't love a good donut? All right, then you've got Great Big Dream for America. You can go all patriotic. But my other favorite one here is grizzly bears don't fly airplanes. And I've been running the joke, if I go on an airplane and I see a grizzly bear in the cockpit, I am getting back off of that airplane, no doubt. All right, so whatever it is, you want to go serious, you want to go funny, you want to just go totally non-realistic, or you don't like any of those, make up your own. All right, so share them with me as you make them. We'll add them to what we got going on here. All right, now there's a really good website that's been created that helps learn. It's like a flashcard thing. So here's the website. We're going to use it, so go ahead and take a look at it. I'll talk you through the different steps to get to the website that we need to change on the website so it's ready for us to use, and how you can change some of the things there. All right, so you can go ahead and type that in and follow along, or you can just sit and watch me as I'm going to do it now. Here we are. We're at the site. We're at musictheory.net. Great website. There's lots of really good things here. But first thing we're going to do when we get here is we're going to come over to this little wheel guy here. All right, and click on it. Now, this is going to allow us to do a couple things. We can change it to any one of the different clefs that are here. Typically, we're going to use either treble or bass clef based on what you read in your music. Percussionist, I would tend for you to stick on treble clef. All right, now going back, we're going to change our range. To start, use the little arrows here. They control the notes. We're going to put the bottom one right below the bottom line, and the top one's going to come down to right above the top line. That's going to be our range we're going to start with. All right, so set yours up correctly. And as we're looking down here, positions, this is saying that we can either use just line notes, just space notes, or both line and space notes. We want to keep that on line and space notes. Key signatures is kind of cool. We can change this to work on remembering notes within the key signature, and it'll put the key signature in over here that you choose, and then not worry about putting in accidentals here. Everything's over here. So it's a nice way to try to work on your remembering notes within the key signature. You want to keep this on note names. There's a couple of options in there, but we're not going to worry about those right now. Keep the accidentals on for us, since we're not using the key signatures. Let's just keep the accidentals on, and then next one you're going to want to come down to is where it says next question. It has automatically on after audio, and what that does is you select the note that you think it is. It will play the pitch for you. We don't want to take the time to do that, so we're just going to go right up and put it on immediately. All right, and then the other thing, and this is super cool. So you come down to challenge mode. You're going to take it. You can put it on whatever time you want. I mean, obviously, you're taking half hour to do this. You're going through a lot of questions, but a lot of times we'll just put it on 1 minute and then go through and do as many questions as we can in that amount of time and see what we can do. So we've got lots of different options here, but the challenge mode is cool because it forces you to use all of this knowledge we're going through as quickly as you can. All right, so this is going to be a great tool that we can use for a variety of different things, and we're going to be using this throughout our time. All right, so great tool to have. Use it as much as you can and see what you can do with it. All right, so just to give the idea, here's your note. It's on the second line up. We've learned already every good. There's your G. There's a flat there, so you just click where it says G flat. All right, now this is another note above the top line, F, then G, but this isn't a G flat, it's a G sharp. Uh-oh, I hit the regular G. Oh no, it turned red. Hit the right one. There you go. All right, so that's how you can tell whether you get the note right or wrong. Gives you the stats up here, gives you a percentage, and we'll tell you the same thing if you go through and do a challenge too. Just the only thing about the challenge is when you get done doing a challenge, all right, say we did 2 minutes and we did 10 questions. All right, once you're done doing that, as soon as you go to do that, it's going to come up with this screen and says start challenge. Is going to do it. But once you're done, you want to turn it off. You just slide both of those sliders all the way to off, and then you're ready to come back again. All right, use this link, see what you can do. Thanks so much for watching this, and congrats for getting all the way through it. Hopefully this is going to help you out. You have any questions or you have any suggestions, find another place that you've used in order to help you with this, send me some information. There's my contact information. And if nothing else, y'all, we'll see you on the next Session with Strusz. Have a good one.